Hello and welcome back to Blue Geek Reviews and to a brand new series for this channel called the Blue Geek Watches. And basically with this series I will be reviewing movies that I've recently seen either on home video or in cinemas. And to start with, I'm going for a Marvel Cinematic Universe special because I have fully caught up with the MCU films, with the two most recent ones, starting with the whole purpose for doing this video, and that is the film everyone is talking about at the moment, and that is Black Panther. Now, this was a film I was really looking forward to seeing because I know very little about the character, much like when I went to see Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy. Know very little other than the odd cameo appearance when he in the animated shows, and I believe he had his own animated series on Black Entertainment Television, but I never got around to watching that. So, as everyone knows, Black Panther debuted on the big screens in Captain America: Civil War and was widely received. So when they announced that he was getting his own solo film, everyone was pretty much looking forward to it, and it totally lives up to the hype. It is a fantastic film. It's just non-stop action. There's no time kills that sucks the life out of the story. It just flows from the get-go. Basically, there will be spoilers for this, so if you haven't watched it, please skip this part. Well, the basic plot is it follows up from the events of Civil War. T'Challa is the Black Panther. He's taken over the mantle from his late father, but now he is set to be crowned the King of Wakanda. Before he has his coronation, he goes on one mission to foil a group of bad guys. But that's not where the film actually starts. The film actually starts in Oakland, California in the early 80s, something like that. Basically, there's a group, early 80s, late 80s, early 90s, something like that. Basically, there's a group of kids playing on a homemade basketball court, and it cuts to a shot of the flats above, or apartments as they're called in the US. And there's two gentlemen waiting, looking shifty, waiting on a deal to be made when two guards from the Nil Mahaj turn up, followed by the original Black Panther, which is King T'Chaka, who was killed off in Civil War. This is the younger version of T'Chaka. And we find out that the two men are T'Chaka's brother, who had cut a deal with Andy Serkis' character Claw to steal vibranium from Wakanda. As it turned out, his right-hand man is the gentleman that becomes is the brother's uncle, who turns out to be a mentor for T'Challa as an undercover spy. So what basically happens, we find out later in the movie, is that um, T'Chaka actually kills his brother off, and that is a big setting for the plot later on in the film. So it moves to present day. Now, T'Challa is Black Panther, of course. He's doing this mission, he comes back for the coronation, and they go through this ritual where he has to take this potion made with a herb that drains him of his powers, and he's buried under sand. But while he's drained of his power, to make it a fair fight, the other tribes are given the opportunity to step up and challenge for the throne. And the only one who steps up at this point in time is M'Baku, the man-ape from the tribe up on the mountains. Can't remember what their name is at the moment. But they have this really awesome fight where T'Challa wins by tapping M'Baku out. He gets his powers restored. He goes into this sort of spiritual world where he talks to his father, and he goes on about his business being the king. Then we cut to present day London, and we meet the villain for the film, Eric Killmonger, played by the brilliant Michael B. Jordan, who basically helps Claw do a big heist on a museum by distracting the museum guards. So they're working together. They get word that Claw has done the bust, and T'Challa goes on the mission to stop him. As the storyline progresses, we see Martin Freeman, famously from The Office and the Lord of the Rings films, reprise his role as Emmett Ross, the detective from Civil War. He is there to cut a deal with Clout. They're at this casino in South Korea. It's T'Challa, Ogoye, the leader of the Nilmahaj, and T'Challa's ex, who's undercover, and they're basically trying to bust this deal. It backfires on them. We see T'Challa in his new Black Panther suit, so designed by his sister, which looks fantastic. They capture Claw. They take him back for questioning, and while he's being there, Killmonger shows up with Claw's gang and busts them free. And we find out that Killmonger is going into business for himself. He takes out all of Claw's men and Claw himself after revealing that he is Wakandan, because he has the mark of Wakandan, which is a light up tattoo just under the lip. And it turns out that on the night that T'Challa's uncle was slain by T'Chaka, a young Eric was one of the kids playing basketball at the start of the film. So his whole mission is to arrive at Wakanda and claim what he believes his rightfully is, and that's the throne as king. He turns up, he challenges T'Challa to combat, to challenge for the throne. So they depower T'Challa, they go at it, and Killmonger absolutely destroys T'Challa, seemingly kills him. He does kill Forrest Whitaker's character, who's the mentor, both Eric and T'Challa's uncle. So he assumes the throne, and excuse me, he assumes the throne and setting a plan to basically give all of Wakanda's technology to dead people around the world to help them fight back against like terrors and all that. So the Queen and T'Challa's sister and DX go on a mission to seek help from M'Baku, and it turns out that M'Baku's people have found T'Challa at the bottom of the ravine when he was thrown off by Killmonger, and they've kept him on ice basically. Back in Wakanda, Killmonger has assumed the power with the same herb, and then orders for the herb gardens to be destroyed, burnt to the ground. But T'Challa's ex, it's been nearly a week since I've seen the film, so the name escapes me. But she takes one of the herbs before it's destroyed in order to help, in the hope of defying T'Challa to restore his powers. So they do that. They bury him. T'Challa goes into the spirit world, having found out the full story of what happened to his uncle at the hands of his father. And this rage after going back to the spirit world drives him to come back to Wakanda to reclaim what's his. And it's a fantastic fight scene. Killmonger assumes a yellow tinted Black Panther suit, which some have dubbed Black Jaguar. Launcher is trying to launch an offensive. T'Challa's friend is by his side, by Killmonger's side, but Okoye refuses to join Killmonger, and the Nilmahaj basically fight back and go into war against the Friends tribe, who just happens to be a love interest. Them two tribes butt heads. T'Challa shows up. The fight. The whole fight scene is just phenomenal. And what happens in the end is Killmonger is wounded. There's a brilliant fight scene on the underground system, which is powered by vibranium. And when there's a controlling substance that T'Challa's sister has installed to maintain it, but when the train system is in motion, it reduces the power of the vibranium. So basically, they're fighting in the two suits. When the trains go past, they're powered down and then fired up again. And T'Challa finally wins, wants to help, as he in his good manner, help Killmonger to heal up and join the side. He won't do it. He lays down. He goes, and the movie ends with everything back in serenity. And then the post credits go into a bit more. The first post credit scene, T'Challa is at the UN. He makes a speech announcing that it basically, in a way, like Tony Stark's reveal of being Iron Man at the end of the first Iron Man film. Only T'Challa offers to share the technology from the Wakandans with the UN to bring a better world, basically. And you've got the second post credits, in which we find that Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, who was put on ice at the end of Civil War, has been thawed down, and he's been put basically in the care of T'Challa's sister. And he gets referred to by a group of young kids as the White Wolf. So whether that means a character change for him going to Infinity War, I'm not sure. But as I said, it was absolutely worth going to see. It was a phenomenal film. Definitely one of Marvel's best to date. The cast were all amazing. I couldn't pick any faults with it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. If you're a Marvel fan, if you're a DC fan, if you're a comic book fan in general, or you just love a good action film, is definitely worth checking out. So after going to see that in cinemas, I came home that night and I'd had the previous MCU film stored on my tablet that I've been holding off watching all that week, and that was Thor Ragnarok. Now, I did have that on my Amazon wishlist to pre-order. However, it's not due out here until next Monday, I believe. I think it came out this week in the US, comes out here in the UK and Europe next week. Or I didn't want to leave it too long to see, especially with Infinity War coming out in April. So I had it saved, started to give it a watch, and again, it was worth watching. It's a lot different to Thor and Thor: The Dark World. There's a little bit more humour, it's a little bit more colourful, and The basic plot is that Odin prophesies that uh, Thor and Loki's sister Hela is arriving to basically destroy Asgard. In order to find him, they initially seek the help of Doctor Strange, where if you've seen Doctor Strange, you know Thor shows up in a post-credit scene. That scene appears in this film, but extended further, and the joke about Thor's beer glass refreshing is moved on for the next few minutes. So basically, Thor and Loki have to work together in order to try and stop Hela, but they get captured and wind up on a planet run by Jeff Goldblum in an absolutely brilliantly hammy role. For those who've seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he actually appears very briefly in that film and across the credits, but he's got a more advanced role in this one. Basically, Thor winds up being has his long hair cut by none other than Stan Lee in a cameo role, and with the shorter hair, he's forced into doing battle with this planet's champion, who of course turns out to be the Hulk. And what basically happened to Hulk is when he was sent away from Earth at the end of Age of Ultron, his destination got sidetracked and wound up on this planet, and basically couldn't deform back into Bruce Banner. He was stuck as the Hulk and basically used as a show puppet for Jeff Goldblum and the people of the planet. So Thor and Hulk have this big fight scene. It's full of comedic tones. What you're seeing in the trailer for this film, where Thor shows his delight at seeing the Jolly Green Giant, that's extended a bit further and even more humorous. But gradually, they have to work together. They get brought back, and basically the Hela begins her launch on Asgard. Thor and Hela have this big fight scene while Loki acts all heroic, like he basically is the one basically the one saving everyone. Gets the whole planet on the whole of Asgard onto a ship to take them away, and Thor's enlisted the help of this fire monster that he was battling at the start of the film. He's basically going to destroy destroy Asgard before Hela can, leading to a very funny bit where Hulk sees this monster and goes for him, only for Thor to shout out, "Hulk, you moron!" To which Hulk replies, "Big monster." So basically, the monster destroys Asgard. Hela is taken out. Her plan completely foiled. She's destroyed, and Thor leads the Asgardians to safety. The scene in space, so you're left assuming that this is where Thor will meet up with the Guardians of the Galaxy as seen in the initial teaser for Infinity War. So yeah, that's so that was two MCU films watched and reviewed, both enjoyable, both recommended. Certainly, Black Panther is highly recommended. All the hype you've seen for it, all the reviews, all the Rotten Tomatoes rating, all the money taken in for it, it all lives up to that hype. So that was it. That was the premiere episode of Blue Geek Watchers. I've been the Blue Geek. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned to more content on this channel. Until then, goodbye.